What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of JB360. We have here the Nanrobot D4 Max. I would say this is like sort of the successor to the D6. Back when they first started coming out with the 40 mile an hour scooters, the D4 Max is the new addition to the lineup for 2024 and 2025. Off the bat, it's a really nice looking scooter. I was glad I chose the blue colorway. I believe it comes in black and red as the alternate colors, but I think the sort of deck tape look with the gradient style over here on the foot pad and the overall like anodized like blue look looks really cool. So in terms of specs, the D4 Max is rocking a 1200 watt motor in the front and the back, totaling to about 2400 watts nominal. The scooter itself is rocking a 52 volt 23 amp hour battery. I believe it's like 23.4, but that's a pretty good sized battery considering that's what you're getting stock. We also have these nice fenders here, these nice rear fenders. Kind of gives a lot of clearance for that wheel so that dirt's not kicking up on your backside, as well as the front over here. One of the things that I like about this scooter too is the ability to adjust the handlebar height. So if we unlock this latch right here, and what you would do is press in this pin over here. You have actually like 3 set points for the height, so you would just click one of these here and then adjust as needed. See, to make it taller, you reduce the height. You also have the folding mechanism over here. So if you need to store it in the office or at home, you would bring this latch down and then move this latch to the right over here. As we make our way over to the dash over here, we have our voltmeter, standard voltmeter with a key ignition, our light switch over here. We have a front angel eye headlight. We also have turning signals, and also the little standard horn. As we make our way over to the display, we have your speedometer here, battery level. Right now we have it currently in dual motors, and then it is also in park mode. Again, I'm not a big fan of the park mode feature, but to disable the park mode, you would just hit the brake once, and then it brings you to gear 1. Then over here to the right, we have our power controls. This basically turns on and off the scooter, as well as cycles through the modes here. Plus and minus cycles you through the 3 modes here. And then to access P settings, you would just basically hit the plus and minus at the same time, and it will bring up the P setting menu, which you could cycle through. Also, we have quality hydraulic brakes. The nut brakes here on the front and rear work perfectly for this scooter. Really good stopping power. We have our charging ports here. It has 2 charging ports, so if you do happen to get your hands on a second charger, you could double the charging time, which would increase it to like 3 to 4 hours for a full charge. Right now it's about 6 to 8 hours for a full charge using just 1 charger. Another thing I like is the clearance here of the deck. As you can see, it has a good amount of space underneath, so if you were to take this off-road, I think this would be a pretty good scooter that can handle it, especially with these dual sport tires over here. If you enable the lights, you see here it has a deck illumination over here along the side of the deck, which is really nice, especially at night. Anyways, guys, enough talking. Let's take the D4 Max out for a little bit of a top speed run, as well as ride this thing through the city, see how it handles NYC traffic, and yeah, we'll give our thoughts at the end of the video. All right, we're gonna take the D4 Max on our little speed run that we usually do over here. We are at about I'll say close to like 58 volts, which is almost full for a 52 volt system. Oh, something's going on over here. Looks like an accident. All right, here we go, guys. Gonna ease into it. I see 35. We have mode 3 enabled. Woo. Oh my god, the fucking park mode. I'm gonna be quite honest, I hate that park mode with a passion, bro. Cause you don't even think about it. There's no second guessing it. I mean, there's no like second thought about it. Like you just want to get up and go, you know? Way. Oh yeah. We're gonna kick it back to mode 2 because we're in the midtown area. We don't need to be going balls to the wall. Man, this thing has a nice pickup though, off the line. Woo. Oh man, this thing is light enough you could kind of like bunny hop it a little bit. Also, if I didn't mention before, there is a IP rating for the scooter. I'll put it up on the screen in case you guys are curious. But I am glad this thing has dual sport tires on right now, because we just had a little bit of a snowstorm, a little snowstorm in New York City. So there's a lot of like grime on the floor, like sand, salt, and stuff like that. Even patches of ice. So it's probably not a good thing to have. It's probably a good thing to have dual sport tires on, for sure. All right, let's get on the main road here. If I didn't mention before, there is regen on this scooter, and you can customize that in the P settings. You can actually like have it set to max and stuff like that. Right now I have it on low, the regen. Woo! Oh yeah. Caught a little bit of air there. Man, this thing is great. Your rear brake is going to be on your left, which is something I'm more familiar with. Rather have it on the left, especially with scooters. You don't want to be hitting the front brake going like 30-40 miles an hour. We are continuing our D4 Plus Max journey here as we approach freezing temperatures over here in New York City. Woo. Yeah. Oof. Potholes are crazy over here. Gotta be careful. We got it on mode 3 right now. Dual motors enabled. Woo. Man, wind chill is like 10-11 degrees right now. Insane. I gotta say though, we've hit some a couple of icy patches, and these dual sport tires are actually pretty good, not gonna lie. Let's navigate our way around. Woo! The horn's like loud enough for pedestrians. I think everything else though, like cars may not be able to hear you with that horn. But the scooter overall is super nimble, especially in New York traffic. The best way to describe it is like a high-powered commuter. That's how I would describe it. I don't know why everyone's just standing here. What the hell? Look at that. Don't have to deal with traffic, especially here in the city. Can just breeze on by. But yeah, this feels a lot like the Solar P1. Almost the same like ride height and everything, you know? Alright guys, so we're gonna do a little bit of a mode test over here on the bike path. So this is mode 1 with dual motors enabled. I'm not going to do the single motor test because I don't think anyone's really interested in the single motor test. And that guy's flying. So let's do mode 1, dual motors. Let's see. On this trip here, about 15, 16, okay. About 16 miles an hour on mode 1. Alright, let's switch it into mode 2. Alright. Let's see, mode 2, top speed. There's not many people around, so let's see here. Woo! About 25 miles an hour. Not too bad. That's a decent speed. Decent speed for mode 2. Whoa, that was an ice patch. Woo! Oh yeah. Alright guys, so been riding the D4 Plus Max for about a day and a half so far, and I gotta be honest, it's a really nice ride. Handles a lot of the NYC streets well. Suspension is great, brakes are great. The only thing that's sort of keeping me from fully recommending this scooter would probably be the top speed. If we look back at some of my past reviews, we have the Solar P1 3.0, the awesome Gallop, and also one of my first ever scooters, the Nanrobot D6. In terms of top speed, this one was probably the slowest. With the Solar P1, we hit the 40 mile an hour mark, GPS verified. With the awesome Gallop, we hit about 39 miles an hour on the GPS. And then back when I had the D6 from Nanrobot, I hit 40 miles an hour. We did only hit 35, and the retailer did state that it hits 42 miles an hour as a top speed, but you know, with a lot of these scooter companies and their top speed numbers, they obviously, you know, choose sort of the best conditions with like the lightest rider in order to achieve that top speed miles per hour. In some other videos for the D4 Plus, I've actually seen people hit 38 miles an hour, and they weigh a lot less than me. I weigh about 200 pounds. So 35 miles an hour probably makes sense. 38 is more, yeah, definitely realistic for a lighter rider. But 42 on a 52 volt system, highly unlikely considering the type of controller that's probably within the deck. If you guys see there, look, there's no weight on it. I have it full throttled on mode 3, and it's topping out at about 39 miles an hour. So not sure where the 42 mile an hour claim comes from, but so as you guys can see, no load. I have it on a stand right here. So I think 38 miles an hour or 35 is probably more realistic for this setup here. Yeah, I think it's one of the better designed scooters in its category. In terms of price though, however, I think this is a little bit on the higher side, you know, when compared to the Solar and the awesome Gallop. Those are slightly less in terms of their price tag compared to the Nanrobot, which sits at about $13.99. The Solar P1 being the cheapest at about $12.99. So it's kind of tough to argue those numbers, especially when the top speed sort of specs don't match. But yeah, overall, just to sum it all up, I do really like the D4 Plus Max. I think this would be great for somebody that is looking for something a little bit more faster, like say they're coming from a Segway, something a little bit, you know, budget. I think this would be definitely the step up from that. Sort of getting to your destination and, you know, having that dual motor capability, keeping up with traffic. I think it does a great job of that. And obviously the portability, being able to fold this, and the scooter itself is not too heavy. You can actually bring this up the stairs with you. And also you get good quality components. I mean, you know, you have the nut brakes, which is really nice. Great stopping power, especially in a pinch. And I do love the dual sport tires. I think they did a great job of handling some of the icy roads here well. You have the fender, which I mentioned in the beginning, which comes out really nice with that sort of nice arch, covering pretty much the whole wheel there. And also the front fender doing a pretty good job. Overall, it's nice. And the suspension also really, really cushy. And that deck clearance over here is great, especially for off-roading. All right, guys, overall, let me know what you guys think about the D4 Plus Max. If you guys love it, if you guys hate it, if you know someone that would be interested in something like this. But anyways, guys, hope you all enjoyed today's video. And be sure to comment, like, or even subscribe. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.